Yes, Picnic Man After Dark. Oh, yeah. Oh, what shade of, or what? You know, it's a change of a Picnic Man venue. It's only like white and dark blue this time. So, oh, yeah. You know, I get tired of eating on the same breaky. It's nice to have a new one. So, hope you enjoy. It is Wednesday, September 27th, 2017. It is almost 10 o'clock, folks. I had a meeting at work, stayed a bit after. They're doing the whole, we brought pie or this or that. It's like, no, thank you. It's all right. And then, we're going to go to a bar after. Like, no, that's all right. Thank you. Georgie boy has got a plan. And it does not involve eating pie or going to bars and having useless social interactions that don't really help or matter anymore. So I decided to, haven't been to this grocery store much, a little out of the way, since it was a nice soggy gray day. Soggy gray day. Decided to kind of drive around a little bit at night, let that food digest a little bit too, just so I don't get home and try to go to bed too early. And I was like, let me check out their like manager's discounted meat section, see if there's anything good, just so good I gotta get my hands all over it. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta get my hands on that meat. Oh, yeah. So, I didn't see anything, but like, oh, God, I saw this cutie wearing a hoodie and some leg yoga pants or something. And I was like, whoa, So I got my camera out and I was going to like film myself. I really wanted to get some more footage of me talking to a girl, and she kind of like weaved in and out of the aisles, and then in like the frozen food section went up to some dude and put stuff in his cart. So alright, I guess I'm not approaching that one. So that's alright, folks, that's alright. There'll be plenty more where that came from, with the right attitude and the slow, steady build-up of action, it will go in our favor. So, it is day 12, I believe, of NOFAP, folks. Day 12 of NOFAP, and day 5, that's correct, I did not give up. Day 5 of no alcohol and a low-carb diet. I think the moment I knew that I could do this, folks, that this time I could do this, was actually last night, I believe, on day 4. Because day 3 and 4 were pretty tough, folks. They were pretty tough. And today was much easier, even with all the temptations, the social pressures, the whatever. Because I really feel like if I was weak like I have been, it would have just been like, it's only been a few days. Oh, they're offering pie and beer, and you can get burgers, whatever, after. Who cares, Who cares? You can start back up again, but no, even with the pressures of today, I still held on, made no effect on me whatsoever. Think it was, I told you guys, no, I'm sorry, it was not yesterday, it was day 3, actually. I think Monday, yes. Monday. So that was day 3. That was after the evening when I talked to old Brianna. I've not seen her since, but it's okay. I've sort of did the, alright, it's nice to sort of fantasize and think about this one and whatever, but the last thing that you want to do is to dwell on one person. Because from experience, folks, nothing ever good comes from that. So I just, maybe I will see her again. If I do see her again, this time, since it's been 2 times, this time we're getting a number, folks. But we don't need to sit there thinking, oh, I'm going to see her again. That's all right. So yeah, I got home. It was pretty late and all that, and you're really feeling that no alcohol and all that stuff. Day 3, the lack of carbs, all that. You're feeling it pretty good, man. And I was gonna go to the grocery store and check out what meat is on sale. It was I actually found some pretty decent stuff. Some real steaks, ribeye steaks discounted, and some more Black Angus ground beef patties. So I snatched those suckers up. It was sort of do I want to cook so late? Do I want to this? You walk by the deli and it's well, okay, maybe I won't get a chicken or whatever. I won't cheap. I was maybe I can build myself some wraps, get some whole wraps. Get myself some wraps, get some lettuce or something, and maybe some cold cuts, whatever, and see if I can make sort of a quote-unquote low-carb little sandwich or something. But then it's man, you look at all this shit, how processed to hell and back everything is and all that. That's man, just put it down. Just put it down. Stop making excuses. Stop. It's always something. It's always something, folks. Well, today is this. Today is that. The next day I'm giving myself permission. They brought cake to the party, so I should have some. I can really fuse some. And you see, and on it goes with some sort of factor. And you never fucking get anywhere. So I just did, fucking just put this shit back. Don't kid yourself. So I grabbed my discounted ribeye steaks, my ground beef patties, went home, cooked up my food, my thawed out beef patties, whole eggs, and had a little bit of kimchi with it. So there you go. Folks. And I kind of knew at that moment, folks, I can do this. This time, I don't know why, I still think, whatever producer Chris did, and I know he doesn't he's bashful, he's shy, whatever, he doesn't like the attention, but I do recommend checking out producer Chris's channel. He mostly streams these days, but whatever influence he had on me, whatever dark arts he put on me, and he kept using the phrase Gaston. I believe that's a Disney character. That Georgie boy is Gaston. Maybe just need to lose a little bit of weight and a little bit more confidence, assuredness, and so yeah, I've been hearing your voice in my head, Chris, when it's like today, it's I'm in the grocery store, I see this girl sort of walk by, and it's normally you'd maybe take a look at the derriere and that's not for me, I'm a loser, I'm a this, and you just walk by. But now I hear that voice, your voice, Chris, Gaston. I'm probably not pronouncing it well, and it's that energy of no, I'm not quite there yet, obviously, with the confidence. It's like driving, folks. It's gonna take some time to build up there, but it's not this instant turn away and like, oh, just let them walk right out of your life. That there's now sort of an energy that's sort of pulling you back to something. Pulling you back to something. So I knew at that moment, folks, that I can do this. This time, I don't know what's happened, why, whatever, but this time I know I can do it. And it's these sort of beginning days and weeks that are the most sort of tough and precious and all that, that it just sort of feels like, oh, it's only day 2. God, it's going to be so long before I really can lose any weight or make progress on this. But I mean, you can't get to day 90 or 100 or whatever it is if you obviously don't get through those shitty first days and weeks. So yeah, I think after yesterday I was able to. Yesterday was pretty tough. It was the, like, you know, you're fantasizing about beer and mac and cheese and all sorts of shit, but it's just like, no, you know, enjoy the feeling in your head, because you know that deep down it's just a temporary little release of serotonin, but what about afterwards, right? What about afterwards? You do nothing with an actual woman, you know, you just get drunk and ruin your health or get fatter or whatever it is. This is going to be a very sort of basic bitch motivational thing, but I think on that third day, I had this idea in my head as I was walking in that grocery store was like, well, all right, I know, like I said, this is very hokey. It's going to be very hokey, folks, but you know, if you cheat on self-improvement, who are you cheating on at the end of the day, folks? You're cheating on yourself, right? It's an easy concept to understand, but I think once you really let it hit you, you know, it's not this like, oh, you know, this whatever waiter wasn't that great, so I'll tip him, but maybe not that much, or whatever it is. So this folks, this whatever the hell you want to call it, sorry, I know that was a bad example, but this, folks, was not, this, folks, is when you are trying to get a handle on some things and really self-improve. Who are you really cheating on when you decide to just on yourself? And when you have that realization, folks, when you really let the weight of that realization hit you, and just for some odd reason it was like, all right, well, I'm putting this shit away, I'm going home, and sticking to the plan. The plan is steak, eggs with a little bit of either green salad or something like that. Been mostly eating kimchi, mostly because I look at the ingredient list and there's like almost nothing in it. So just for little vitamins, fiber, stuff like that. So I'm sure it'll be fine. Might look into sauerkraut. Folks. Just got to figure out where the fuck I can buy it. It's another one of those things where I thought, like, kimchi seems to be definitely be more specific to the Asian supermarkets, whereas the sauerkraut I thought would have been a little bit easier to find, but maybe I should talk to the grocery store people and, hey man, where's the sauerkraut, you know? So, man, I don't even know what the fuck I'm going to call this video. It's kind of all over the place. So yeah. It's going well, folks. So what about the female front? Have you talked to any honeys? Have you got any numbers? I have definitely talked to some women, folks. It has been at work, though. So the situation is a little bit complicated, especially with one of them. You'll kind of understand, but I'm not looking too down on it. I'm at least trying to look at it in terms of, if you got lemons, make a little lemonade. Doesn't mean that you can't do something. Obviously, folks, I'm not going to walk up to every woman who walks into my workplace and, but doesn't mean that you can't do something. Whether it's hold your head up high, work on your eye contact, say hello to people as they walk by and kind of like have their head down. You should try that, folks. It's actually pretty funny, especially with women who sort of walk in and look at you and you look at them and you don't break the eye contact. You keep it. Not in a weird, sort of way, but just like maybe a little bit of a smile, a casual smile on your face. Not, oh, let me guess. This is what you look like. That's probably the look you give them. Yeah. Have them be the one to look away or whatever. It's, think it's, in your toolbox of skills, it's not a bad thing to have. And yeah, they sort of walk by and they don't necessarily look at you, but you tell them hello in a nice, firm way. And they sort of have to do the somebody like, oh, hi, blah, blah, blah. How are you? Or something like that. It's especially really funny when you do it to these girls who sort of walk in and you can tell that they've got a little bit, not say an attitude, but they sort of have a way of dealing with the world, and you give them that direct eye contact and don't look away, and then you say hello, and they sort of get this little girl sweet voice, like, oh, hello. It's like the voice does not match the body language that they walk in with. It's pretty. Yeah, it's because they're scared. Watch, I bet somebody's gonna say that. So that's pretty fun. So yeah, at Tuesday, I was sort of doing the, don't worry, I wasn't like every person, hello, none of that, but there's this one tall girl that walked by and sort of walked back again. I did that, and she kind of walked over, and she must have seen my name. Well, obviously, she saw my name tag. It's like, oh, that's my middle name, or something like that, And it wasn't like the walking away. It's like, oh, hi. It's like kind of stopped, went over to me a little, said, oh, it's my middle name, or something like that. And it's like, you make a little bit of the small talk at first, like, oh, yeah, that's cool, yeah, blah. And then she started to kind of like sort of stand there, but like, oh, is the conversation over? Like, walk away a little bit. And something in my mind clicked, folks, instantly, that was like, don't let her walk away. Keep the conversation going somehow. You got to work on fucking talking to women. So I just started like, have you gotten the George of the Jungle before? Just like random shit like that. I was like, oh yeah. Guess she has a lot of younger siblings and stuff like that. And no, did you ask her for a number? All that, folks. Turns out she was she's homeschooled and a sophomore in high school and probably like a foot taller than me. That was pretty funny. So yeah, obviously, folks, I'm not gonna ask for the phone number of like a 15 or 16-year-old, but and don't get any weird funny ideas. It was just talking, folks. Something like, this is actually, you'll love this. It was one of those totally surprising little interactions. So yeah, I just chat a little bit with this. Oh, what are you studying? Go into this. You kind of butter them up a little of like, oh, you're taking some advanced courses, stuff like that. Wow, you must be really smart. Just, I said, mostly this was me practicing having a conversation with a girl, even though this felt like a fucking sophomore of, it was pretty funny. What else is, yeah, just kind of a little random shit here and there. Like, oh, well, what do you, it was like, I love to do the, like, well, what do you want to do? What do you actually want to do? And she said something with business, we kind of talked about a little of this and that. So yeah, all during this time, she did not walk away. She did not have the body language of like, oh, I'm creeped out, I'm gonna walk away. So for what? Maybe I'm not that sort of freakish, folks. So so she said something that was extremely surprising, folks. Extremely surprising, but maybe it shouldn't be that much since, she's homeschooled and maybe the parents are sort of religious. She said, what I really want to do is like be a mom and have kids. And that, oh boy, that wanted to cry almost. How many fucking young girls in the West have you heard say something like that, folks? Wow. I had one of those moments, so I sort of told her, well, something like, people sort of talk about having a career and blah, blah, blah. And I said, the world needs good mothers and families. And I think you'd be a good mother or something like that. I'm sort of, we chatted a little bit more with her and I shook her hand, got her name, said it was nice to meet her. I don't know, like Zoe, Chloe, Bowie, something. I don't know. So yeah, I'm sort of hoping in my sort of butterfly effect, whatever influence I had, hopefully I can say that there's going to be a nice, happy family someday because I was able to convince some girl to, maybe you don't need to do this whole career thing. Maybe you can just be a wife and a mom and have a whole bunch of cute little blonde kids and raise a nice family. So I'm we'll see. So yeah, that was a totally random ass interaction that just sort of happened. Following Monday, interacting with those two girls, it's just me purely, holding eye contact, a smile, saying hello, and the little moment like, somebody wanted to chat a little, and they do that little thing where they're hanging out, they're not walking away. It's very in the moment, it's there just enough where like you kind of have to notice it. So it just said something in my mind went, don't let her walk away, keep talking, just keep talking, practice fucking talking to a girl. So yeah, that was a very interesting conversation. So I hope she ends up, and she sounded pretty, she was obviously much more interested in being a mom and having kids. So I hope she'll end up with some great guy and they'll have a whole bunch of kids. And sounds like she'll be a great mom. So that was pretty cool, folks. Pretty cool. Had another interaction today, mostly just kind of standard, whatever, this sort of, I won't say a goth girl. Oh, now you got my attention. Kind of approached and he was like, I don't know if you can do this for me. She's like, apparently didn't have her library card, so I was gonna like, all right, well, if you got your ID, I can check it out for you. But it's like, enough of that. I don't know how to describe it, folks. Enough of sort of that energy that I picked up on where I'm not going to say she came up and asked in a playful way, but like sort of a lighthearted way of like, oh, I don't know if you can help me with this, but like, so I just did the like, oh, you don't have your light, just, you're kind of playing with the energy that was sort of presented there, if that makes sense. It's very, maybe it's all in my head, maybe it's this, but hey, she totally, we had a little bit of a conversation there, and she was sort of going whatever. I'm the one who was like, oh shit, let me get this shit checked out for you. Yeah, I was like kind of playing a little with you don't have your library card. How could you? Just going a little bit of the teasing, a little playfulness there. And she's like, oh yeah, I've got my ID. And then I did we're also going to need a blood sample from you too. Like, no, I know how that sounds. See, you have to, hearing it from me like this here, it's like, oh, you sound like fucking serial killer. Yeah, she's like, oh yeah, sorry, I've got that right with me. So she went along with it, and then we got onto this, like, you're like that celebrity who like wears a vial of blood around her neck in a necklace. And then it was sort of like a little conversation about random stuff, trying to remember who it was. It's Angelina Jolie. I don't know if she still does it, but apparently. Not bad. But yeah, talking a little bit of that. So I don't know. It's just one of those things, folks. You're on the desk, you're around people, you're at work. Like, yeah, you're kind of having this little playful conversation, but asking for a phone number, especially at work and all that, folks, that's the challenge. So, but like I said, I did not look at it in terms of a loss, in terms of, oh, there goes another girl I talked to that I can't brew. It was just that holding some sort of conversation with a girl and her having it with you and not being weirded out and repulsed or whatever by you. So each little bit. God damn, who was... I don't know if she's walking around asking for money or what. Anyway, folks. So yeah, each little bit I consider at least practice and the building up of talking to women in some way. It's just, not necessarily the ideal location for, give me those digits. So, all right, folks, and on that note, we're going to end it off. So I'd say little by little, folks, little by little, we are getting there, getting somewhere, folks. I definitely had that feeling tonight of like, this morning of like, man, I really don't want to live passively in life anymore. You're just tired of this, like, whether it's with girls or something like that, you see them go by or something like this, and in your head it's just this like, oh, well, I'm just a loser, virgin, blah, blah, blah. That's not for me. And it really hit me this morning of like, man, I don't want to live that way anymore. It's probably going to be a mess to get anywhere. A lot of embarrassment, a lot of whatever work, doing a bunch of shit when I'm nervous, but I'm really tired of this, like, life isn't for me or some sort of feeling. Alright, folks, you have an absolutely wonderful Wednesday night. So I'm off this weekend, so we might play some more Silent Hill this Friday night. Bye-bye.